Now, so I said I'd do a video here on the Sian and just look at a certain couple of days. So stage 8, the SC18 day with the free trial on there, which is obviously then, yeah, Stargated. So you're going to need to actually unlock this car if you want to start that up any bit at all. If you've gotten this far in the event, so still just the missing terzo, yeah, to come in the next couple of days to stop other people's progress through this. But yeah, you can get yourself 200 tokens and 300k credits easily enough with this car. The track is pretty easy. But I also said I'd take a look at stage 7 because a few people are having issues with that, mostly due to frame rate, and I have a fairly handy tip with that. And also then stage 2 because, yeah, with the Sian itself and having a race, and I got asked in particular to show the route that I used to get the time on that. Yeah, well, I realize this is currently July 3rd as I'm putting up this. Yeah, this is obviously recorded the night previously. But yeah, I said I'd just throw a blast of this up. Perfect Nitros times 5 in the SC18 is not the most annoying thing once you get onto the beach area of this, as long as you do it quickly. 36.5 seconds is a cinch. Even at stock, this really isn't much of a challenge at all here. Like, I just, yeah, done a run where I was just focusing on doing a crazy amount of perfect nitros, and yeah, it's really like this car is genuinely, well, yeah, like I said, at stock more than capable of getting that 36 seconds. I actually tried the Hurricane Spider Evo stage, getting the 3 shockwaves, and also doing it in touch drive, and it was possible to get the time in that. So like, yeah, the time challenges for these are not exactly the most difficult. Let's see, that's 2 perfect nitros clocked up. Go away, AI. 3 perfect nitros. 4. I'm just leaving it touch it for a second even. Not sure if there was a 5th one there just before it ran out, but yeah. 31, 32, 33, perfect nitro again, 34. And across the line, and that car is completely stock. I did not put anything into that yet because, yeah, I'll have to see how the timing lines up with me and the actual Grand Prix for this one. So that's at zeros all across the board. And yeah, it's possible to get to 1 CN blueprint out of this. Ooh. I will be getting to 45 blueprints in this, by the way. And in this video, I will also unlock the car. So let's see. Yeah, that's just a case of grind this one out then for the rest of those perfect nitros and finish race. If you're having problems with the perfect nitros and getting the speed in the stock car at least, probably just do a run of it without worrying about those perfect nitros and then just come back in afterwards and do it 10 times with those. Yeah, like I said, that is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, zeros across the board. Realistically, like the times for these, a load of the days have not been a problem. It's just been a problem with stuff like, yeah, crazy bad performance of the actual game, which is what's a killer here on stage 7. Stage 7 here though, and like, yeah, the performance on this track, because of the amount of items in the portion of Osaka coupled with the crazy amount of AI, is just a nightmare. It really highlights one of the worst aspects of the Osaka track. And yeah, what I would advise doing is say like that airtime of 2 seconds, there's pretty much only one jump in this, and you probably won't get 2 seconds from that. So what you need to do is jump and then drop off the side of a platform when you're coming around the corner if you're going for it with time. Alternatively, you can just jump and aim your car off into the void, and then your car will drop down and you will get extra airtime doing that. So if you're having trouble with the airtime in this, just completely sacrifice the run from time. But it is possible to do it with speed. I'll suppose to run on the replay if I miss it on this, because like, yeah, it's not simple to actually do the drop down, especially when you're gunning for speed and when performance on this is such a nightmare. I would just really advise, when you're coming to the performance killing part of this track, try and line your car up in such a way that you're pointing directly at where you're going to enter the tunnel, so that if your game performance does dip, you do not steer left and right if at all possible. Like, you can try and correct it obviously if AI bump into you, but just keep in mind that while the frames are dropping like that, if you're waiting like a half a second while holding left or right, yeah, that's going to be an awful lot of left or right input that goes into the actual game when you're coming out of that latency or that bad frame rate. So I just try and point straight forward here. I did not actually get a frame rate dip because I managed to pull out in front of the AI, but hard drift here to get some airtime from this ramp, but it's likely not going to be 2 seconds. No, 1.8, and drop off here for the other 0.61, and then shoot towards the finish line. And like, yeah, that's a very, very nice run because of the fact that, like, obviously escaping the frame rate drop completely. But I know that I've had it so many times where I've just been like going through this one, because I normally grind the tokens part out on these while taking a look at the track at the time. But yeah, really the drop down there is completely necessary to get the 2 seconds of airtime, and yeah, pick up all those lovely Sian blueprints. You can see there in the background though that area, like, just try and aim yourself to go through the tunnel. But yeah, just here, ramp up and over, and then try and start a drift. But yeah, where you will fall, bad angle for it, but yeah, just to fall off at the end of that ramp, because like there's no other places to get airtime throughout the rest of the track than once you've gone past there. Event 0J is easy, one of my favorite cars in this game for just crazy style, if nothing else, because yeah, it is just gorgeous looking. Now, and I also promised Anson Lee, friend of the channel, that I would take a one look at stage 2 here and what I did for this one. The 3 knockdowns is pretty cool on this because of the fact that, yeah, like the last time there was a knockdowns requirement in the Benino event, that was a nightmare because there was no AI to kill. Well, there was one, but yeah, you need multiple knockdowns on it. Here, if anything, the problem is too many AI. But yeah, 108.5 to be gotten in the maxed out Sian. 3 knockdowns here might have given some people a bit of like stress when they see it based on the last special event, but at least this time they've included more than one AI to knock down, which is a small bit of a pain at the start. But the one thing I'd suggest for that is if you put this car into a blue nitro state and just rub against the side of the AI at the start here, you'll find that they get knocked down pretty handily. So it's not too bad, and yeah, they shouldn't upset your run too much. So like, ooh, that was the orange state, but I'm just throwing it into a blue for the rest of this because this car's nitro is impressive how much it has, and while they try and jam up there, that should, yeah, escape with relative ease. Yeah, I'm just going upper route along here, open drift along, avoiding that barrel roll ramp because, yeah, it tends to throw this car for a loop, and not in a good way. And just you have to be really careful down here, especially if you have your screen brightness turned down a bit to make sure you nail that. And then up and over the building here. It'll be nice and handy. Hang left to avoid the parked car. And open drift again all the way along here. Wah! Not ideal coming out of that. Should just obviously not clip the building, but should see, like, yeah, you've got a fair enough amount of leeway there, and that is with getting those 3 knockdowns. 105, 6, 7. So still, like, even with a fairly bad clip of a wall there, taking that route down and underneath can definitely get you like with a second to spare. And if you see this, like, as soon as like the AI touches you, if you put in any double nitro state, so that's like an orange nitro state there to bump those guys out of the way, and then just putting the car into a blue state behind them. Blue protects a lot of your speed when you're going through yeah, kind of rough terrain, and also protects some of it while getting through the AI here, because like you do have pretty much a roadblock of AI just sitting on the path in front of you. The blue state will protect a small bit. Now there's obviously time in this race where you will get it where the parked cars just cause a complete traffic jam, but I found that the blue state at least is okay for trying to get some of it out of the way, and yeah, get clear to yeah, continue the rest of your route. You will find that if you don't get the 3 knockdowns at the start of this race, they're impossible, so you just have to go on further, because like the car is so tuned that the AI really falls back early just to let it win, because obviously it's a 6-star maxed car. While this version of Sian, I always warn this, while this version of Sian is amazing, keep in mind that this is with 16 Epic Import parts installed. That's the truck, by the way, that if you're going too far on the right there, that will end your run. So you have to make sure when you're coming down off of the building just to pull left a small bit. And then yeah, you can see where I up a small little bit here and just, yeah, clip that a small bit too narrow. You would want to drift just a small bit further out. Cursed mopeds getting in my way. They'll rue this day, but yeah, just want to drift out a small bit more there, and it should put you in line to nitro shockwave forward, collect that yellow container, and then you will go straight down, as opposed to my fairly rattly thing. If you come straight down off that ledge as well, it allows you to do some nitro brake, nitro brake, nitro brake along here, and you can actually hold it in a 280 mark for a small bit longer. Just one thing always on this track is just make sure you're nitroing across this small patch of footpath here. I know it looks really, really innocent, but yeah, if you go across this footpath and you're not in a nitro state, definitely, like, a blue is the best to go across it with, but if you're not going across there in any nitro state, your car is just going to drop straight down to 140 miles an hour. And like, because there's a lot of other stuff and two corners to be kind of taken at the same time, you might not notice it, but that patch of footpath and this one right there as well, just be aware of any of the time you pretty much drive onto footpath, your car will regulate its speed unless you're in a blue state. So just watch out for those things, especially when you're coming to the finish line, because if you're watching the clock like I was, it can be quite easy to yeah, just miss out on that. But hopefully that pathway helps, like I said, even with a thud off the wall there, get a second to spare and pick up the 3 knockdowns, as well as 3 nice blueprints for the Sian. But yeah, stage 9 here then. Terzo Millennium stage, or third millennium if you prefer to say it in that way. But yeah, this has got quite a lot of blueprints for the Sian available from it. It does just need 29 seconds and 5 stunts for the token times. Now, this track takes place in San Fran, on a track that doesn't exactly have that much in the line of stunt ability if you're going for the 29 seconds. So you might find yourself, say, like in a scenario like me, I've got this car at 6 stars, but realistically, like say the tuning of that doesn't have any of the 6 stars actual tuning levels done, because yeah, those upgrades, as you can see there behind me, is 2.25 million actual credits per upgrade. And in the import parts, I believe the epic import parts for that cost 480k each, so 500,000 or so. So like, if I was going to need it, I would go with acceleration because this is such a short track. But what I might just also do is avoid the stunts portion of it and do one run straight up then for the actual blueprints, and then another run after that to get those stunts done. But it may actually be possible as well. Keep in mind that in this game, stunts also includes knockdowns of AI cars. For some reason they thought it was a stunt to be toxic. But yeah, so like, it may well be possible to get 5 stunts including those. But like I said, my primary goal here is just to get that time. Stunts, you can always just come back in afterwards and do like 360s all over the place or whatever. I'm not gonna stress too much if I don't get enough knockdowns to make it viable. Yeah, because I'm gonna shoot along the rooftop area, along the solar panels. That is an ever so slightly path, and yeah, I haven't knocked down enough AI realistically to bother doing 360s here. I'm just going to shoot straight forward, no stunts whatsoever, because yeah, like I say, this car is not overly tuned on that one. 27 seconds. I had 1.1 seconds to spare there. Not going to run the risk ever of like going for 2 things at the same time and then messing up both of them. It's easier to just dedicate 1 run for the blueprints, and then 1 run after that for the actual stunts and stuff. Now this actually takes 2 runs for the blueprints, because yeah, you need to do it 1 more time to get 3 extra Sian blueprints from the end of this one. So 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, pretty cool. And 30k for finishing the race. But yeah, if I want to go back into this afterwards and get those stunts, like I said, that will take 1 more, well, I said 10 runs of that. But this event is available for the next couple of weeks anyway, so leaving this one available isn't really that bad, because I'll always be running a special event 3 times in a day to get the daily quest complete. So realistically, that's not that annoying to me to have this one sitting there waiting to be done. I'm like, yeah, just more worried about blueprints right now. So I'm going to shoot one more run at this and get the next 29 seconds and bring us 3 more blueprints closer to unlocking. Other run, 28.1 done. Also avoiding getting the stunts, but just focusing on the time because, yeah, like I said, dedicate a run in one, especially when you're missing out on tuning like that. So up to 55 blueprints from the event so far. Now that's my Benino event unlocked tomorrow, so I've got a 4-star version of that, so there'll be another handful of blueprints coming from me from there. And yeah, so I want to bring this car up a bit closer now to unlocking. So I've got some, yeah, a couple of blueprints here as well that I can claim. So 56, 57 and 58. You know, one thing about the Sian is obviously people are kind of like, oh, that's nasty, it costs 85 to unlock it. But yeah, obviously when it costs 85 to unlock it, this car still costs 300 blueprints to actually get fully opened and 6 stars. So while it costs a lot to unlock, let's see here, we have our packs. Those packs, like I said, appear once you got 45 blueprints in the store. But I was just going to throw up this here regarding the actual Sian. So the first star of it costs, yeah, 85 blueprints. Star number 2 only costs 25, and then 29, 38, and then it starts to go crazy again towards the end with 54 and 69. So a total of 300 blueprints. But yeah, I usually try and get these event cars at kind of what I would consider a usable enough state. So 3 stars, this car becomes 4k rating. That's pretty cool, and yeah, that'll get me back some of the tokens spent on this. And what that does mean is the fact that while I'm now around 30 blueprints away from unlocking the car, yeah, if I would unlock the car now, this will basically mean that as the event progresses further, I'll be getting blueprints towards that 2nd star or the 3rd star, which I want to get anyway. So there's no real reason for me not to just unlock the car now, just to wrap up this video. So yeah, I said I'd blast some tokens into this one and see what kind of luck I get from these. I got really good luck, to be honest, with those bursts of speed things. Didn't get a jackpot, but I got really nice luck in those. But yeah, like I said, there's really nothing stopping me from just pumping in some tokens into this now, because otherwise I would just be doing that in a couple of days anyway to bring it up to that 2nd or 3rd star. But let's check out what kind of luck I get from this. Fingers crossed. And there is a couple of other cool enough cars here. This is really nice as well with that trade coin bonus, the fact that even stuff like the DS giving the nice amount. First FKP set, Aventador J. Oh, very nice. 9 blueprints from the first, so that's good luck. Yeah, very good luck realistically. Let's see, 67 blueprints there, so that means that I need 18 more to get this one tuned up. 18 divided by 3, just do the math, 6. Okay, so I could end up with, yeah, quite a few down on this, but it should be cool. 512 trade coins gotten for that 10 pack. Really, like I said, just kind of stocking up on a few of these packs and stuff in current events now, because of the fact that, yeah, got that bonus thing, which makes every single one of these trade coin cars still actually some bit valuable towards getting some blueprints for the Shelby for my garage. Oh, Sart, Senna. There's a pack Senna, like, if you had a less tuned out garage, there's some really nice stuff inside there with the, yeah, Maserati, the Ginetti, and, like, yeah, 2 epics towards the end. But for my garage, that's kind of the pain of having a decent out garage. 3 blueprints from a 10 pack. Always a possibility. Let's see, so... Oh! W Motorsports, there's a very uncommon car to see. 1 set of Sian, so let's bring them the, I think, was it within 9 definitely? Oh, and another Fenner, I believe that's pronounced. Really bad with pronunciation of that one. So it was like one that definitely twists my Irish tongue a small little bit, and just brings me 9 blueprints away from the Sian unlock. Cool though, like, That one I've got at 5 stars, so it's one of those ones from multiplayer. Like last year it was available all the time. Now it's pretty much become like just an additional card that you can see pop up every now and again. So I'd imagine if you didn't have that unlocked, that's an incredibly slow unlock. For me, like I said, it's just slowly crawling towards that 6 star. So awesome to see just 1 or 2 blueprints even in a single pack. That's incredibly lucky. Well, of course, I said lucky. I want Sian. But yeah, see, if I could get 9 from this, that'll be an unlock. 6 from this is a guaranteed unlock on the next go. 3 from this is an unhappy Storm who said just shut up, peace out. There we go. Alright, so it's definitely unlocked in the next pack then. Sweet. And yeah, if I overshoot it any bit at all, that gamble. Let's see. 1 more pack. What's the worst that can happen? Me throwing away 75 tokens. Well, to be fair, 75 tokens for what's that? 256 trade coins. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Yeah, this is your guaranteed unlock then. And like I said, if I shoot over it by any amount at all here, it's just going to assist in getting those next stars as this event progresses a small bit further in. There's the unlock. There's the boost. Which is always nice. And yeah, so that'll be at least like 3 blueprints over then, or 6 blueprints I should say, over into the next star for that. So nice. 1 other unlocked Lamborghini, which I think gives back 1000 tokens immediately from the Ultimate Lamborghini Experience event. And yeah, this one then just starts off at 3.5k, but ooh, pretty. pretty car. 78k plus onto the garage level. That's pretty handy for somebody that wasn't at garage level 18. Speaking of garage level, actually at level 18 on a previous video just today, Yehuda Goldkin asked what happens when you reach level 18 in the garage level, because then you get this thing which is like 5 million experience to, you know, something, and it doesn't exactly say what happens when you would get to that. Obviously the idea being that that would normally be where you would level up. And yeah, when you get to 5 million experience in garage level 18, nothing happens. You just get that stat. You get like here I've got 8 million nearly, and it's out of 5 million. So yeah, I guess it's just a case of whenever the next patch would come in, I will be slightly closer to the next level. But hopefully the answer is the question of what happens. Absolutely not. It's just a shame. Happy with that though. Sian unlocked car number 88, and ooh, I can get back an awesome 10 tokens from that straight away. Ooh. Oh wait, I can't even put the import part on this because yeah, it's not available obviously until you've put a couple of levels in there. But yeah, that's really cool just to have that one unlocked. 19 blueprints to the next star, which I'll be getting in the next couple of stages then using the Benino and the Gallardo. Oh, somebody correctly pointed out to me in the comments of another video, by the way, because I earlier said that anyone who unlocks this car should definitely just take it into the competition at the end, just so everybody does a bit better from that and you get 1 million credits. Yeah, I overlooked the fact that you need 300 conditions for that. So if you unlock this using packs, you actually can't put it into the contest because you won't have the conditions. And even say like you would need the Gallardo, so you're gonna get 20 from that, 20 from the Benino. I still have about another maybe 20 or so, or well, it's 18 from stage 9, some more from 8, and a few more from 7. So realistically you'd probably need to actually progress through into stage I'd say 12 and 13 to be able to yeah, get access to that contest, because that's pretty crazy. But yeah, the condition requirement on this one is also something to be considered with getting access to that thing opening on July 12th for those who have 300 conditions. So yeah, sucks a small bit, but yeah, I did get that wrong in a previous video. Apologies for that. But yeah, that's my Sian unlocked anyway, so I'm going to go and farm out some more of the tokens using that from the Ultimate Lamborghini experience. And yeah, it's pretty cool to have it unlocked. I'll probably bring it to at least the 2nd star, possibly the 3rd. I'll have to see as the event progresses exactly how many blueprints I get from this, from the Benino stages as well as the Galado ones. And yeah, see how I kind of wrap up with that. If you enjoy my videos and content, please do make sure you're clicked sub on the channel, like the video down below, and there's other videos from me here and here. Really appreciate all the support and feedback. Good luck unlocking this guy as well if you're going for it. I can appreciate the fact that a lot of players won't be because of the very, very harsh Lamborghini requirements. But yeah, as always, good luck and drive safe.